I'm joined now by the chairman of the Campaign Against Anti-Semitism, Gideon Falter. Hello to you, Gideon. You brought the complaint that led to the Equality and Human Rights Commission report. Are you satisfied with its findings?
Very much so. This is a report which ends the debate. It makes very clear that the Jewish community was right all along. We are completely vindicated. Whenever anybody said that this was exaggerated, that this was a smear campaign, as Jeremy Corbyn is still doing, they were wrong. And not only were they wrong, they were essentially saying that Jews are liars. They were saying that when we allege anti-Semitism, we do it for some kind of political means as part of some kind of agenda. And that's anti-Semitic too. And it didn't take very long after Jeremy Corbyn made his statement this morning for him to be suspended. We sent our complaint in, and minutes later, within the hour, we had confirmation that Jeremy Corbyn had been suspended, the whip removed, and that he was now subject to a disciplinary investigation. And this really takes us full circle, because the reason that we referred the Labour Party to the Equality and Human Rights Commission in the first place is that we were making complaints against Jeremy Corbyn, which for political reasons, due to interference within the party, were not being investigated. And all that British Jews have asked all along is that British justice be allowed to serve its course. And today, the Equality and Human Rights Commission issued its report. And that, as far as we're concerned, is the beginning of the dispensing of British justice.
Jeremy Corbyn, meanwhile, though, says he will contest the decision to suspend him and remove the whip and describes it as political intervention. I wonder what you make of that.
This is what Jeremy Corbyn has been saying all along. He's been saying it since 2015, when we first started to raise concerns about Jeremy Corbyn. Back then, we were vilified. There were very few people who really understood that anti-Semitism exists on the left as well as the right. And over the years, under Jeremy Corbyn's leadership, according to our research with YouGov and King's College London, anti-Semitism on the far left actually overtook anti-Semitism on the far right. So Jeremy Corbyn has been making these arguments for years. And the difference now is that he is a backbencher, a crank who is well lost in the debate, who's fully lost the debate. He is somebody who will not see what is real. He will not see that he presided over a political party which led to 47% of British Jews questioning whether they had a future in this country. And if you just let that sink in, that's the Labour Party that created the Equality and Human Rights Commission, then becoming the party that caused nearly half of an entire minority community to question whether they still had a future in this country.
Keir Starmer said today that it was a day of shame, but that the party will now repair the grief. How does it go about doing that?
Well, the Equality and Human Rights Commission has really spelled out a very comprehensive set of recommendations that the Labour Party must now adhere to. The Labour Party has been given until December to come up with an action plan. That action plan will have to be agreed with the Equality and Human Rights Commission, and it will actually be enforceable in court. So this is the road that the Labour Party must travel. We have also made a complaint today against Jeremy Corbyn and various other sitting MPs who were immune from disciplinary proceedings whilst Jeremy Corbyn was the leader of the party. Sir Keir has been given 6 months by us to ensure that those disciplinary complaints are heard under the new independent disciplinary proceedings that the Equality and Human Rights Commission has mandated. So Sir Keir has an awful lot of reform to do. But as we see today with the suspension of Jeremy Corbyn, he's proving that he can take the Labour Party and turn the corner. He has a big fight on his hands, as we've seen people like John McDonnell and various other MPs who are still serving Labour MPs coming out in force to defend Jeremy Corbyn and really amplify his lie that the Jewish community exaggerated and overstated things for political purposes. Those people need to be dealt with as well. And Sir Keir is going to have a fight on his hands, but we are his ally in that fight. Everybody in the Jewish community is willing him to succeed and hoping for the day to return when Jews feel safe within the Labour Party.
Gideon Falter, thank you very much indeed.